I'm 28 years old. I served in the United States Army for 7 years.
I served in the United States Air Force from 1972 to 1976.
And I served with the United States Marine Corps from 1965 to 1969.
I'm a U.S. Coast Guard veteran. I served from 1988 to 1993.
I called a Mosaic office and I spoke to Jacob, and Jacob told me that they actually sponsor you, that if you're not financially fit, then they would be able to pay for my ticket. And the main thing is to bring your heart, willing to be healed, and an open mind.
We've been up in a camp in the hills up in Santa Rosa for the past 5 days.
We started on Sunday, late afternoon, and by Monday night, we had already created a community.
This is an ancestor song from West Africa, from the Dagara tribe, and it calls on the male ancestors and the female ancestors to come and guide us.
At first, I think we all were kind of wondering when the chanting started as to what we had gotten ourselves into. And we were able to write, being able to put pen to paper and get the feelings out.
I think in the way that Michael has set up this retreat and how it operates, using song, using poetry, using mythology to ground us and to bring us back into, yes, we're veterans, we're also human beings.
This is partly a presentation and partly a ceremony. It's really a ritual of language and a ritual of feelings, trying to reduce the amount of suffering that's inside the veterans and also trying to spread it, I'm sorry to tell you, into the community. Don't take too much, but if everybody takes a little bit, then they have less to carry.
Some of the stories you hear, they're going to be brutal, but the public needs to hear this stuff. They need to know what it's really like.
We take the wounded and dead off the tanks. Some of the flesh remains on the tank exhaust, the burning flesh of Marines so hastily loaded aboard. You have no fucking idea. My wife, my children, my grandchildren, most of my family and my friends, you have no fucking idea. Dear Lord, dear ancient ones, how I wish I had no fucking idea.
To have the older veterans there, the Vietnam vets, the Desert Storm, and then the young vets like me, I think it's a brilliant idea.
Hello everyone, my name is Steve. I served 4 years in the United States Marine Corps from January 2001 to February 2005. Did 2 tours in Iraq. This is called Checklist. Horrific memories, check. Survivor guilt, check. Night sweats, check. Anxiety, check. Emotional pain, check. Isolation, check. Abandonment, check. Anger, check. Every day I live with these, and yet I'm supposed to be a loving husband, a role model to my son, a loyal brother, a caring friend. How can I achieve this when I'm still living in the sandbox? I'm home, but am I? Trying to move forward and out of the past is another war in itself. Thank you.
He's a deeply emotional person, and he also tells the truth as he sees it. What he sees in terms of understanding, but also what he feels in terms of deep feeling. We love him for that honesty and the strength. And we hope you find all the healing that you need to be the father that you want to be the husband that you want to be, and ways to bring your big heart and your deep feelings into the world and relieve all that old pain that you brought back. We know you fought hard, and we're with you fighting hard to be back here. For you who have faced death and keep choosing life, we welcome you back, all the parts of you, and we tie you into this community of living and hope that you live a long life and find all the beauty you want with your family and your child. Welcome back.
The wounds of the heart and the wounds of the soul are really what needs to be addressed. And that's what this program has done.
I was affected by a suicide in my family by my ex-husband and the father of my children. And he was also a Vietnam vet from the Army and had been haunted by a lot of what he had done over in Vietnam. The war was over, that's what they said, but not for the warrior, the walking dead. Dropped back into life like they were never gone. They pretended to be normal, but there is something wrong. He tried to carry on, learning to cope, anger and fighting, alcohol and dope. The war was still raging, hidden deep inside. The horrors and killing, the pain he would hide. There were no signs. No one had a clue that you were hurting so bad and what you would do. You went to the office and you locked the door. You pulled the trigger. Your pain was no more. The hole in our family, the loss that we feel, they say it gets better, and with time it will heal. The war was over, that's what they said, but not for the family of the walking dead.
The fact that non-veterans choose to attend this event, that's the community supporting the warriors and getting an understanding of what the warriors experienced. Not only during the conflict that they were in, but when they came home, what they experienced.
Do you remember where we were in the story? One thing we do in the, when we're up in the camp is we work with stories. The idea being, if we can take an old story, we can use it as a vehicle and we can pour our own stories into it, and from that we can learn something. And filled with poison, laying unconscious.
To have an organization like Mosaic and Mike show so much caring and compassion, and also the people that support Mosaic. I was able to attend the retreat at no expense to me. Somebody out there cares.
So the tradition is to sing people back home. And you've already heard the song. We want to sing that ancestor song. Are you ready to sing this? This is a very old song, you can't hurt it. Pura samine, pura samine, pura samine wo, pura samine wo.
The journey's not over. The onion's been peeled back another layer, but it's not over. I have no clue where this will take me, but I am absolutely, positively convinced right here in my heart that it's going to take me on this amazing journey somewhere. It's called life. What a wonderful gift that is.